right, guys. Figured I'd show you a little bit of a different meal here. Make sure I'm in the shot here. So it is 10 o'clock at night. A little late, but we had a late workout. So obviously I'm going to eat a post-workout meal, and it's going to be higher in protein, right? So what I have here are burgers, but with a twist. I made my own little, I guess you could call them smash burgers because I had to smash the shit out of it to get all the grease out. Um, so we have keto buns. Okay, these are 60 calories each bun and 1 net gram of carbs. So it's mostly fiber, 1 gram of actual carb. On the bun, I have horseradish. Now, horseradish sauce is an acquired taste. Not everybody likes horseradish sauce. I happen to like creamy horseradish sauce. And the funny thing is, like sometimes I'll use, like if I make a turkey sandwich or a chicken sandwich on keto bread, I will put, I'll use like light mayo and I just spread it real thin just to give it a little bit of a not so dry taste. Um, but I noticed I was always under the assumption that horseradish, like the creamy horseradish, was really high in calories and fat. I don't know why. I never looked at the label, just assumed that it was really, really high, but it's not. So I was able to find actually all of the horseradish sauce were really low in calories, but the one that I bought was 10 calories per tablespoon and a half a gram of fat, which, come on, man, right? So if you like horseradish sauce, which I do, like I'm one of the few people that actually like it, this works great. So I have half a pound. So this is a quarter-pound burger right here of Wagyu. Is that how you say it? Wagyu, Wagyu, however you say it. And then this is a quarter pound. So I have a half a pound of Wagyu ground beef, right? So this is I think it comes out to like 48 grams of protein, which I'm totally okay with, especially before bed. And the total calories for both of these burgers right here, I think it came in at like 440 calories, which I'm totally fine with because by the time I eat this, I actually still have like 75, 80 calories that I can spare. Like, so like after I edit this video and put it up, like maybe if before bed I'm like, you don't want to snack on a little something. I could grab one of my Trader Joe's fruit bars, which are only 60 calories, and I can eat that, and I'll still be just a tad under my 2,200 calorie limit. So figured I'd show you this. I've constantly showing you guys like the potatoes and the ground turkey and the ground beef and the rice and stuff like that. So I figured I'd show you this. So keto buns, they're not bad. Keto bread, not bad. The only downside to the keto breads and keto buns and stuff is there's a lot of preservatives in it, right? So it's not, I wouldn't necessarily say it's healthy, but from the perspective of what I'm trying to do, which is cut down, it's perfectly acceptable because it's low in calories, right? So each bun's 60, so it's the buns in total here is only 120 calories. It's great, and 2 net carbs, which is awesome. And then there's actually even some, I think it's like 3 grams of protein per bun, which I don't even add that in the macros because I don't know the quality of that protein, right? So usually if I add protein into my macros, my daily macros, it's from an animal source with eggs, turkey, chicken, even the bacon that I use, or the beef, okay, steak, whatever. In the rare instance that I use a protein shake one day, I'll throw that in there, right? So, but this should be tasty and it should be filling enough to where I'm not like super hungry, right? Again, normally I've been working out like the 6, 7 o'clock range. This week's been wild, so it's just been a late workout, but I'm gonna eat this and I'll see you guys in the editing room. So we had a pretty wild calf and back workout today, which was absolutely amazing. Way better than yesterday's chest workout, even though my chest is actually sore from yesterday's workout. So, but I'll see you guys in there in a little bit. All right, guys, what do we got here? Looks like a calf workout to me. All right. Now, if you noticed, we didn't do calves. The last time I did calves was 2 weeks ago today. And the last time I did them, they were sore for an entire week. And it was because I went pretty heavy with them, I think. So I went heavy again. I went with 4 plates on the seated calf raises this time. You know, I'm impartial to this. Part of me feels like it was a little bit too heavy, and then the other part of me thinks that it wasn't. I'm kind of torn between it right now. Eh, I think it was okay. I think it was okay. It was really heavy. Some of the reps too, I couldn't. That happens when I go to failure when it's really heavy. I just wind up dropping it. No big deal. But it was a 4 plates. I mean, for me, is really heavy. And even though I was for some of the reps, they were just partial reps, but still, it was destroying the calf. So we dropped down to 3 plates for the second set here. A little bit more of a full range of motion with 3 plates. Though I think I'm okay with the 4 plates starting out. Now I did warm up, of course. I'm not going to throw 4 plates on there and chance ripping my Achilles tendon. So I do a few warm up sets. Here we just went pretty much to failure, but not dropping it on the floor failure. And the form is good. Like, sometimes when you look at the video, like sometimes when I'm watching it, I'm like, I feel like I can go up higher, but I can't. I'm literally going up as high as I can. Like I can't go any higher up. So the form is good, and you really can't mess these up. I mean, unless you're like pulling with your hands, to try to lift the weight up, which I'm not. I'm just using them like strictly just to hold as a grip. But yeah, is it the third set? Yeah, it's the third set. I think I did a drop set with these. Yeah. Here we go. So we lost a plate. We jumped back on. If I remember correctly, we were pausing at the top on these ones here. Let me see if I remember correctly. Yep, pausing right up at the top. When you pause at the top on these, it burns so bad. Like, you can only do it a few times, and then I got to start like moving along because the burn is so incredible that I can't keep doing it. It burns more. It's more than just like working beyond the burn. Like, I can work beyond the burn, but in this case with the calves, like it's so crazy the burn that I don't think anybody can do it. At least for me, anyway. But anyway, I'm yapping at my rear end right now. So then we just dropped it to 1 plate. You can see, like, I mean, clearly I'm not lifting with my hands because my hands are just on the side. But looking pretty good. We did 3 sets of these, and I took it. But wait, there's more. I took it a little step further today. So last calf workout, we only did like maybe 3 or 4 sets of these. They were pretty heavy. So I went over to this machine here, and I did some calf raises here. I was gonna go over to the squat rack. Somebody was on it, and then when I went over to here and got set up, they were off of it that fast. So no big deal. But it's just 2 plates on each side. It's really not I could have definitely gone heavier, but I wanted to go a little bit higher rep. And if you notice, I'm kind of pigeon-toed here a little bit, just to hit the calf from a little bit of a different angle. So sometimes I'll go in. I think one set they're perfect. My feet are perfectly straight, and then on another set they're actually out like this. So you'll be able to see that in here because I know I did that for sure. Switch up the angle a little bit here, and yeah, so my feet are a little bit further apart, and out this way. Now, some people keep their feet together and point the toes outward. That feels really uncomfortable for me, so I keep my feet a little bit further apart and turn them out, which I think is fine. I don't see a problem with it. I mean, and I just kept the weight at 2 plates on each side. It really wasn't super crazy, but I mean, but the calves were getting pretty freaking tired at this point. I mean, you know, there really wasn't much. I was kind of like shaking while I was standing there. But the cool thing is, like, in between the seated and these calf raises here, like I was reaching down and I was feeling my calf, and I could just feel it bulging out, man. It was really, like, I was actually impressed. I was like, damn, they're really pumped right now. So that's a good sign. At that point, I knew the whole workout was going to be good because just this set the tone for the whole workout. So yesterday's workout was a little bit weird, but I am sore. It feels the chest workout was very effective. Excuse me, yesterday, so I can't complain about that. I left my water in the kitchen, and I think we just did a little rest pause here. My calves were just like they were ready to smoke at this point. They were so hot, man. They were burning up. Just went back, just cranked out a couple more reps. Nothing crazy, but to failure. I mean, I couldn't move the damn weight anymore. I think we even got to the point where we're just doing. Yeah, you can see like I'm starting to not go up as high the further I go along in the set, but I'm still getting a pretty good range of motion. They burn. Oh my god, my calves were burning so bad. It was really hard to work through that burn. I'm not gonna lie. That was nuts, but they felt great. All right, on to the back attack, Mac. All right, here we go. I love this machine. They got it repadded. They said all the pads were off last week. We got some nice new pads on there. I am 2 plates shy of the full stack here. The full stack was a little bit too heavy to get a full range of motion, but 2 plates shy of it felt like the sweet spot. And the thing I like here is, I'm getting a nice stretch out and coming and a nice squeeze in the back. I'm not. It's a nice controlled movement. Hammer grip or whatever you call that grip. I always forget the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about. So the three sets like this, and then I did another 3 sets over with this grip. So whatever, I keep forgetting the names of the grips, but you know what I mean. So that was good. This first set was phenomenal, and it's pretty heavy weight. I mean, heavy for me. So I'm like number 2, as if you wouldn't know. I guess when I don't have the microphone on at the gym and I'm not talking, like giving like gang signals, like number 2. So we went on. I think I kept it the same weight for this second set. I'm pretty sure. But again, I love the squeeze. It's just a nice flow. There's no jerking. There's none of this. Like this. I'm not jerking the weight. It's all back. Well, and bicep. Obviously, there's biceps in here, but the main area of focus is the back. And when I do these, especially with the hammer grip, I feel it in just about the entire back, the lower lats, the middle lats, the upper lats, the rhomboid. I feel it everywhere. Where I feel the rhomboids the most is when I come in the overhand grip like this. So set number 3, I did drop the weight, maybe like 2 plates on this. I think something like that, 1 or 2 plates. I think it was 2. I don't know what I'm laughing about. Did I hit my head? I think I hit my head. But let's see how we're doing. We're maintaining even the third set in what I think is really good form. Okay, I don't see much of a problem here. It's like I said, it's a nice stretch out, stretching the lat, and coming back and just really squeezing back as far as I can. You can see my chest like kind of popping out because I'm squeezing my back, squeezing my back. That makes sense. These felt freaking. I am so glad I jumped on this today to start. This was just this has turned in recent weeks has turned into my favorite back exercise, like hands down. I'm not even kidding. All right. hit a little bit of a different angle here, and I think I went over the disc grip right here. Someone's gonna comment and be like, "It's disc gripping and disc grip." I always forget. I don't know why. It's just something I always forget. Can never remember the names, but it's really not important. You can see where I'm gripping it. That's the most important thing. So when I notice when I grip it here, I feel it more in the upper back and in the center of the back, like the rhomboids and back there. But I mean, I still feel it in the lats. Don't get me wrong, but it's more like center back focused for me when I do it this way. Again, nice long stretch. I'm not dropping the weight back. Nice controlled movement. I can't ask for anything better. And it looks like I have two clips of this up, but there was actually three. I think I must not have I must have thought I was recording one of the sets and I didn't. But there was three with this grip and three with this grip. We did 6 sets total on this machine, and they felt absolutely great. I almost wanted to just keep going on this and not do anything else. Like that's how good it felt. So this is either the second or third set. I don't know because one didn't record, but that's okay. Um, so this would be technically the 6th back set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6. And then we didn't stop here, but wait, there's more. You will see. Yeah, this is just a, and I've used other machines like this, but none of them felt as good as this machine. I think the dynamics of it and just where the handles are positioned, just the whole setup is just like perfectly designed for Frank McCall's back. Like I'm not kidding. It's phenomenal exercise here. I absolutely love it. So we, went to failure pretty much as usual. I try to go to failure on just about everything. Yeah, back is back is like back is worn out at this point in time, completely worn out. Um, so we moved over right next door to the lat pull downs. I've been doing the straight bar wide grip pull downs lately because it's not been bothering my. It's not giving me any bicep tendonitis flare ups. Though I go light on these, I don't go heavy. If I go too heavy, it's gonna start pinching up in here and then traveling up the bicep, and then it's just gonna get worse from there. So it is pretty light. I think this is maybe 140, something like that. 130, 140. So not super heavy, but a nice movement. You know, I see. I don't see it. Hey, if anybody sees a problem with the form here, please drop a comment. I want to know. Maybe you can teach me something. I don't know, but I think the form is pretty good. You know, and again, sometimes people will comment. I've seen it before where they're like, you got to come all the way down to your chest, but when I come all the way down, just that extra inch or two starts messing with my forearm, like the bicep tendonitis. So come down maybe just a little lower than chin level, which I think is perfectly fine because I'm still squeezing the hell out of the back. Uh, so that's set number 7. This is set number 8. This is the finisher right here. This is it. I was gonna do some pullovers, some cable pullovers, but my back was just absolutely smoked after this. There were there was just no need. There was there wasn't much gas left in the tank. We're running on fumes at this point. And the funny thing is, man, I just happened to I've had this added to my playlist, but I was listening to the Rocky Four soundtrack. And I mean, you can't go wrong with a Rocky Four soundtrack while you're working out. I mean, come on, man. It's old school, but it motivates you. So, uh, yeah, form. Wrist straps are good because it takes a lot of the stress off the forearm. So, but you know, but yeah, I mean, I'm coming back a little bit when I'm squeezing, but you kind of have to. You don't want to just be, what I don't want to be perfectly straight like this. I want to come back a little bit, like it's more of like an arch in your back like this because you're trying to touch the elbows together. No problem as far as I'm concerned right here. But again, if anybody's got some suggestions that has more experience, by all means, drop a comment. So I'll see you
All right.
guys in a second here. It's just real quick, give an overview. So we did 8 sets for back today. This whole workout was absolutely amazing. And I'm not going to lie. I mean, I probably could have done 8 full sets just on that one rowing machine because it just, I can't believe, like, my lats, my back felt like it felt like 1994 Dorian Yates would have felt like. It doesn't look like 1994 Dorian Yates, but that's what it felt like. So that's what I'm aiming for, is to get that kind of pump when I'm working out. Today's pump was phenomenal. Now, I had less coffee today. Okay, I had 2 cups in total. I had a lot of water. Okay, so we're up there on the water. We're up there in the electrolytes, lemons in the water, getting all my potassium, getting everything, sodium, sea salt on my food. So, all the electrolytes are there. The pre workout was there. Sleep was really good last night. All the meals were in check today. So, there was very little that could have negatively affected the workout today. So, everything was pretty much on point, because I'm telling you, if just one thing is off, it can really mess with your workout. Just like yesterday, we were working off of 5.5 hours of sleep, which is a little light, a little too much coffee, a little low on the water. Those things, driving in the car for like 6 hours all day, those things will mess with your workout. Today was just pretty much a normal work day, normal wake up time. Uh, everything was in check. It was all checks and balances today, from the sleep to the eating to the hydration. Everything was there. Um, I can't ask for anything more. But as far as I'm concerned, beautiful back workout. I got an amazing pump. I know for damn sure I'm going to be sore because I can feel my back right now, and I can feel I can feel my kids. I'm in my kitchen making the burgers, and like, it's a different kind of shake when it's just your calves versus like doing a full leg workout. Like, because it's like from the knee down is like kind of shaking like this a little bit, but then it affects the quads. You know what I mean? Because your calves are holding supporting your whole body. It's kind of weird. So those, I think, are going to be very sore. I don't know if they're going to be sore for an entire week, because the last calf workout, I don't know. I don't ever remember in my life being sore from any body part for 7 days straight. But my calves literally hurt, and they were very sore for like freaking 7 days straight. I mean, by the seventh day, they weren't super sore, but like when I was getting out of bed in the morning, I could still feel it. I'm like, damn, they're still tight from that workout. So, but yeah, great workout. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys liked the burger hack meal. Well, it's not a hack. I mean, a lot of people have done it, but I've never recorded it before. But so far, everything is good. Morning weight 203. So that was the morning weight today. So we're coming down the ladder. That's last Friday was 206. So it's 6 days later, and we've lost 3 pounds. So the weight's definitely coming down. We'll do a physique check probably over the weekend. We'll see what we're looking like. Not and like when I look at myself in the mirror, like in a bathroom, or if I'm getting changed or something, because anybody that works out and does any kind of bodybuilding, when you're in your bathroom, like you're analyzing your shit, right? You're like, we're looking at it. It's like, okay, what's going on here? How's the shoulders looking? The chest, the abs, are they coming out? The abs aren't popping yet, for sure, but you can tell that the lower stomach and the mid stomach, it's getting sucked in a little bit, and it's getting flatter, not as puffy as it was 3.5 weeks ago. Almost 4 weeks. We're almost 4 weeks into this cut, so it's definitely working. Uh, you can see in the workouts, and I notice it like just when I'm like driving in my car, if I'm at work, the forearms, like I'm starting to see veins pop out where I haven't seen them for a while. So I'm getting more vascular. So that's telling me the diet's working. But more importantly, the scale, the, the tip of the scale is coming down, right? So we know that. I know for damn sure that 2,200 calories is definitely a good area, at least for the first month of cutting for me. We'll probably take it down a little bit more for the next 30 days. Once I hit the 30-day mark, I think we got a few more days to go. But we'll probably take it down to about maybe 2,000, maybe even 1,900. I don't know. Let me do a real good physique check and see like where I'm at. But we started out at 219. So I've already lost 17 pounds. Now, that's not 17 pounds of fat. I think it's impossible to lose 17 pounds of fat in 25 days or 23 days, whatever day it is. A lot of that is the glycogen and the lack of carbs. It's like the muscle fibers themselves are not getting necessarily smaller. It's just that they're not full of glycogen and carbs. So, they kind of shrink down a little bit. So, but at the same time, getting a little bit leaner, even though the muscles get a little bit smaller, it gives them a little bit more of a bodybuilder look, right? So a little bit smaller, but leaner, still making them look kind of big. So not bad. Everything's going the way it should. And it's just it all boils down to patience with this stuff, right? You got to be patient because, that's why I think that's one of the things, like on New Year's, everybody's like, I'm going to get into shape, man. I'm going to shed 25 pounds this year, right? And they go to the gym and they do cardio for like a week straight, and they're like, I only lost like 2 pounds, like screw this. And so they don't really see the progress happen fast enough. They just wind up giving up. Or if their goal is, I'm gonna go, man, I'm gonna get a beach body, man. I'm gonna get some pecs and get my arms bigger, And after like 2 or 3 months, they're looking in the mirror and they're like, man, I don't look like the guys on Instagram and stuff like that. So they get discouraged and then they just stop. But this is a lengthy process, right? So it takes time to put weight on. It takes time to take weight off. It takes time to add fat to your frame. It takes time to remove fat from your frame. It takes more time to remove it than to add it. It takes a lot of time to add muscle mass to your frame. It takes time for muscle mass to go away, like if you were to just stop working out, right? So, the key is patience and persistence. If you can demonstrate extreme patience and extreme discipline in terms of just like not missing workouts, just being very persistent, keeping your macros good, keeping your hydration good, keeping your sleep good. If you can be as consistent as humanly possible and patient, you're going to see results. Other people are going to see the results before you see the results, right? Like 6 months in, because you see yourself every single day in front of the mirror. So you don't see the changes. Other people see the changes. You're going to see a family member you haven't seen in like a couple months and be like, you working out, man? That's your first cue, like, oh, okay, shit's working. So when we hear those compliments, right? When we hear things like that, we're like, oh shit, this shit's working, right? So now you get more motivated, you want to go. But in the very beginning, you don't really hear that because again, it takes time. So persistence, time, and consistency, and patience, and you're good to go, man. Anyway, I am rambling, and it is 11:13 in the PM. I need to go to bed. So hope you guys like the workout. I'll see you guys tomorrow for boulders. If you haven't been to the gym yet, get your ass to the gym. Have a great night, everybody.